How's it going, guys? It's your boy Mike from Seattle with Michael Zuber, and what we're going to be doing today is reacting to a couple of very famous YouTube real estate gurus' advice, their advice on how to get your first rental property. So we're going to be talking about Brandon Turner.
My name is Brandon Turner, host of the Bigger Pockets podcast.
And Kris Krohn.
My name is Kris Krohn. I'm a best-selling author.
Two popular names. I've taken a couple of their videos, longer 12-minute videos, and I condensed them down to a little 2-minute clip for one, little 2-minute clip for the other, about what their advice to you is on how to get your first rental property. And then what Mike's going to do is say what he agrees with, what he disagrees with, extra advice he would have. He's just going to react to it, and hopefully we can come together with some consensus to help you out. Mike, you ready?
I am. Thank you again for doing this. I don't edit videos. I wouldn't know how to do it. So the fact that you find these and do this for us is amazing. So thanks, Mike.
No problem.
All right. Step number uno, determine your market. Step number two, and that is to get pre-approved to figure out your financing. Now, for your first deal, a bank or like a local lender is going to be a great way to get started financing your real estate deal, which brings us to tip number three, learn how to analyze properties. Look, knowing how to analyze a rental property is, I believe, the single greatest skill an investor can have. Step four, shopping for properties. So at this point, you got to start looking at properties and trying to determine, based on the numbers, what could actually work out. All right, so step number five, start analyzing a lot of deals. Now, I know step three was on deal analysis. Why are we talking about it again? Well, now we're going to put the knowledge to use. You're going to actually start analyzing potential properties, a lot of them. You're going to get really good and comfortable with deal analysis. Analyze a few deals every day until you get something that you think you might be able to make it work. And then step six, make your offer. Look, your real estate agent is going to help you with this. It's not that complicated, but just so you know, in a competitive market, you do have to be quick and smart. Now we enter step number seven, due diligence. So due diligence is all the stuff you do between signing the contract, so now you're under contract, and then actually closing the deal. So first step, schedule an inspection on the property then. An agent can also help you pick a title company, which will help do the closing, or an attorney. If you're buying a property that already has tenants in it, I want you to make sure you verify that the rental amounts that they said they were getting is actually what they got. Like verify all the income and verify the expenses. Also, line up a property manager during this due diligence time if you don't want to manage it yourself. Get insurance on the property. And then finally, at the end of all that, you're going to sign documents, wire your down payment. The bank's going to wire their money in, and you're going to close on the property. Step eight, manage efficiently, effectively, and profitably. Your journey isn't over. The best deal in the world can still be destroyed and bankrupt you if you don't manage the property correctly.
Okay, so I actually wrote down the list of everything he said.
I did too. I have it.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good. So yeah, so there are your steps from Brandon Turner, everything that he gave. What do you think he said that was good? Does he have anything out of order? Did he miss anything?
So first kind of step back, right? Brandon Turner made his hay kind of being a mom and pop investor, but let's not be confused. He's a multifamily investor syndicator now. So some of his vocabulary is bigger stuff, but just when you listen with my ear, I see where some of that might be confusing. So there's a couple of things. I think for the most part it's a great list. He has number two, get pre-approved. Yeah, I would argue that might be step zero, right? Kind of figure out where you are in all of this. I think that's kind of my one variable that I might take out of his order. I think you have to know where you are if you can make it happen. So I think that's kind of step zero. Again, he talks about market. For me, that's a buy box. I think market is too broad, but I think it's the right thing. My vocabulary is buy box. His was market. That's okay. Basically, what I hear him saying is, hey, Fresno, California. What I want you to hear is Fresno's too big. Get much smaller. Analyze a deal. I talk about building a spreadsheet and getting the yield, right? I wish he would be more specific. What does analyze a deal mean? For me, it's cash on cash, return on capital. Again, my word is yield. So I wish he was a little bit more specific, but again, I get it. Shopping or looking. Again, I talk about every day. You should be looking every day. You should update your spreadsheet every day. I think that's okay. Look at lots of deals, number five. I think that's, again, I think when he said that, I could hear him talking, look at lots of apartments, underwrite deals. Again, I'm talking buy boxes, single family homes. It should be much, much faster.
Mhm.
Make an offer. I think that's great. I would have, again, just subtle tweaks, make a great offer. Anybody can write an offer. I don't want you to write just an offer. I want you to write a great offer. How do you do that? Well, first you learn average. What is average? Well, do the work. You'll figure it out. So again, I would have liked just subtle tweaks. Due diligence, I think he covered that fine. And then, oh, by the way, manage it, even the best property. So I think it's a great list, just very, very subtle tweaks. Maybe take, pre-approval out, make it step 0. Very subtle tweaks. I thought it was a decent list.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think it sounded reasonable. Again, like you said, there's different vernacular, different terms he's using, but analyze the deal, learn how to run the numbers on a property. And then you got to analyze a bunch of deals, which is essentially doing the work. Now, I think, put a little bit more emphasis on doing the daily work and consistently analyzing deals within your buy box, so you're getting a good analysis comparison. But yeah, I mean, that was a speed version of it. And I'm sure if he had the opportunity to elaborate, we would get a little bit more info, but we can't sit here and react to an hour-long video.
Yeah.
So instead, we're going to move on to Kris Krohn. Are you ready?
I am. Thank you.
So step 1 is you got to have a plan. And a plan can be as basic as I'm going to save my money and I'm going to put it into properties and then I'm going to get a partner. And so you should start thinking, what is my game plan? Okay, number 2, you got to choose your market. Because there's a couple of ways of tackling this real estate. You can either invest in your backyard or you can invest in the best markets around the country. Okay, step 3, you got to build a team. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a solo sport. You do not want to play this one all on your own. In fact, if you want to know how to get burned out and hate your life, choose to be the one that finds the home, lines up all the lending, and then plays landlord. Okay, the 4th step, you have got to figure out your financing, which just means, how are you planning on buying real estate? Okay, step 5 to make this work. You need to turn on your lead machine. You need to actually start getting some deals. Now remember when you built your team, that realtor? Dude, that's one of the easiest ways to find deals. Okay, number 6. Once you actually get a deal, you need to know how to analyze it. I meant analyze. Analyzers are people that never make decisions but stare at something all day long computing numbers. Don't be that guy. There's an opportunity for you to get in the game and do very well for yourself. Analyzing really comes down to, do you have standards? Are you trying to buy this below market with equity? Or more importantly, have you calculated the total ROI? Like, how much money are you going to get back? Or what's your cash flow? Will the cash flow make sense? Will it be safe? Will it be enough? Okay, number 7, once you found a good deal, you need to put your offer in, which means that you're going to be doing some negotiating. And this is pretty simple. I'm going to give you a little hack right now. When you know that you're ready to go, if the home is represented by a third party like a realtor, then you or your realtor should talk to them and basically verbally give them their offer and find out if you're too high or too low or whether you're right on. Why am I recommending that? Because if you just submit paper to them and you're totally off, they'll take 2 days to submit paper to you. And then if it really is a good deal, it's going to be gone because you go back and forth for a week. My back and forth usually lasts anywhere from hours to maybe 24 or 36 hours because I'm going verbal before I actually go paper. One other thing on negotiating is that you should know where your bottom line is and then you should honor that. You go over, it's a no. Number 8, the final one, is that you're going to close on the deal and then you're going to line it up for your property management team to take over unless you're going to do it yourself.
All right, were you able to get that list written out?
I do. I have it down. Thank you again for that. Again, there's this, Kris is a big operator, runs a lot of stuff, more of a single family guy probably than Brandon Turner. So I think there's a lot of great things in there. Again, it's going to be all such subtle in vocabulary. If Kris and I were talking, I think we would probably agree on 90% of this. He talks about a plan. I think that's fair. For me, it's like, what kind of investor are you going to be? For most people following one rental at a time, it's buy and hold forever, right? Month-to-month lease, all of that stuff. But maybe you want to do Airbnbs. Maybe you want to do ADUs. Maybe you want to do other things. So I think knowing what type of investor you want to be upfront makes a ton of sense. Market, again, kind of like Brandon, I think market is too broad. I want people you can't really learn a market. You can learn a buy box. So, again, we're splitting hairs, but I want to be fair. Team, he's absolutely right. You got to build a team. That's part of, learning the skill. Like, what do you not know? Like, for me, it was finding deals and securing capital. I didn't do anything else. I didn't paint, carpet, inspect, none of that stuff, right? So totally get it. Financing, again, For me, I think he has financing fourth. For me, it's step 0. It really is. I would do that like out the gate. Are you bankable? Are you going to house hack? Are you going to do a low down? Are you going to do 203K? For me, financing is not fourth. It's kind of step 0. Go talk to a mortgage broker. Figure out if you can get a yes answer. If you can get a yes answer, what's the parameters? Otherwise, this all breaks. And waiting until step 4 kind of feels late to me, but I get it. Lead machine. I thought that was interesting, right? Kris is a big time operator. He's doing, probably door knocking and mailers and virtual assistants and texting and all of that. I'm not that guy, right? I bought in the MLS for 15 years. Right? I had automatic searches. That's how I bought. But again, that's how are you looking for deals? So I think that makes sense. Analyze. For me, that kind of goes by with number 2, your market. Again, what I call buy box. You got to look every day. It's not difficult. His comment and joke about people over analyzing is dead on. I was that guy for 5 years. My spreadsheet was multiple worksheets all together doing everything. It's so simple now. How much cash do I put out? How much cash do I get back? That's a simple division. I'm done. It's called a yield. Yeah. And then write the offer makes sense. I thought his verbal, I think he called it a hack. I think that's clever.
Yeah.
I think anything you could do to learn more about the seller, especially in the market we're heading into. The market we're heading into is slowing down. Buyers have more power than ever. That's investors and homeowners. I would naturally, again, I'm telling everybody, no list price offers, asking for closing costs, and rate buy down. Might as well ask for the moon, and then you negotiate from there. And then line up a PM. I thought that was a great closing step. So again, much like Brandon, I love the raw material, slight tweaks on vocabulary. Like Brandon, I would move financing to step 0, but Kris is legit. So I like what he had to say.
Yeah, I liked when he talked about building a team. I talk about that all the time. How the number one thing you need to do is to you talk about learning your market. I think that the number one thing you should do is meet other investors in the area first, who are going to point you in the right direction and help you to even define what your buy box is, so you can then go learn it. Because if you don't have a team, dude, you're not going to be successful by yourself. Even you can be, it's just going to be a lot harder, more arduous,
harder
journey,
and slower. Yeah, harder and slower. Yes.
So I really liked when he was like, "Hey, build a team." I think that's very important. So, well, these were the two experts that we picked: Kris Krohn, Brandon Turner. Folks, if you're out there watching, you want to see other people's advice reviewed, send it our way. We're happy to clip down videos, react to it. There's a lot of people provide content online, and some of it's good, some of it's bad. We'll talk about both. Mike, that's everything I got for you.
Mike, again, thank you for doing this. This is something I would never do without you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, if you just Google or YouTube or Instagram, Millennial Mike, or right here on Michael Zuber's channel. I'm always lounging about.
There you go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thank you.